أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your efforts and may Allah make you successful. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our azah in the next 2 days for the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, make us successful. Now, with regards to the lesson, I'm going to finish off the lesson today, and those who have missed today's lesson, I'll try to arrange a lesson session for them so that they can catch up with the class. So what we'll do is that
Wait, nobody.
I'm going to go through the lesson. Let me just find the book. Choose it. So I want to just, because in this book, I want to do a lot of practice of examples from the Quran so that you are trying to get familiar with the ayats and also how to implement them on the Quran. So I'm just going to show you some verses of the Quran as well. I've sent it across to yourself, so you may have seen it, you may not have seen it. So let me just get the screen. Right, let me show you on the screen now. Right. Now, right, so the first lesson, we're still on the first lesson about inna. We're talking about inna as we, let me show you where it is. This word here, inna. We talk about inna. That's, okay, rather than me explain it, I want someone to explain it to me. So I'm going to ask, who should I ask? Sister Ma'suma Hassan Ali. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Ma'suma. Are you at home or at work?
I'm at work, but I can attempt to explain it.
Yes, perfect. So now what would I like you to do, Ma'suma? Now I'm going to give you a text. Which one should I give you? I'm going to give you the text, which is going to be beginning of this. Go ahead. Go ahead. So this is the actual text I'll give you. So explain to me, what does inna do?
Okay. From what I can remember, inna turns the vowel after it, the noun after it, to mansoob.
Okay.
So for example, when it's al-kitabu sahlun, it would become innal kitaba sahlan.
Innal kitaba.
Innal kitaba sahlun. Sorry, the other one remains the same.
Correct.
It's just the kitaba that has the fatha, it has the mansoob.
Okay.
And it's no longer, I remember you said that it's called ismu inna.
Yep.
And the other one is called khabru inna.
Excellent, that's really good. There's one point which can you choose someone to come on the mic so I can ask them the next question?
Yeah, let me just go and have a look. Sister Batul Samani.
Sister Batul Samani.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Batul Samani. She's answered some of the aspects of inna. Now, the other point I want to ask yourself, now, inna, does inna enter a verbal sentence? So at the moment, al-kitabu sahlun, which is on the screen.
It's a nominal sentence. Yes, it's a
That's right. It's a nominal sentence. Now, does it only enter a nominal sentence or does it enter a verbal sentence as well?
From what I remember, it enters a verbal sentence as well. I'm trying to see my notes.
No.
No, it doesn't. Yes.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
Yes, it does
Yeah,
not. Yes. Sorry, it does not. Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Yes, it doesn't. So it always enters a nominal sentence. What is a nominal sentence? Explain that to me. What is a nominal sentence?
A sentence where we have the noun first. For example, if let's say we have huwa tajirun, it can
Yes.
become innahu tajirun.
Excellent. MashaAllah, very good. So now that is one point. The second point is that whatever rulings, now remember this, whatever rulings are there for the mubtada and khabar, whatever rulings there are for the mubtada and khabar, that the mubtada has to be definite and the khabar will be indefinite, those rulings remain intact. They still implement whenever inna comes. So normally, however we make mubtada khabar, we apply those rulings, and then inna can be entered in front of the sentence itself. So inna does not change the rulings of mubtada and khabar. Is that clear? So whatever the rulings are, for example, the mubtada has to be with alif lam. If the mubtada is masculine, the khabar will be masculine. If the mubtada is feminine, the khabar will be feminine itself. So those rulings, those basic core rulings for mubtada and khabar are still followed even though inna enters the sentence itself. Is that clear?
Sir, can you give an example, please?
For example, this example here, can you see this here? Al-mudarrisu jadidun. So here, al-mudarrisu jadidun, al-mudarrisu has alif lam. Jadidun is indefinite as the khabar. So when inna comes, inna only changes the harakat of al-mudarrisu from a dhamma to a fatha. And jadidun remains jadidun, and it becomes inna al-mudarrisa jadidun. Al-mudarris becomes the ism of inna, jadidun becomes the khabar of inna. Is that clear?
Yes.
So
Yes,
it remains the same. Now, I want to delve on this further to give you more examples. Now, I'm just going to change the slide because everyone has got the gist. Now, I'm going to these ayat of the Quran so that in this book 3, I want to give more examples so that I can train you for you to be able to understand the ayat of the Quran. So can you choose Sister Batul Sumani, another student, to come on the mic? Sister Batul, can you choose another student to come on the mic?
Yes, just a second. Sister Huma Zaidi.
Sister Huma Zaidi, Bismillah.
Yes, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Huma, you didn't seem well. It seems like you got a cold or something.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Sister Huma, over here, this ayah of the Quran, this is from Surah Baqarah. It says, Inna Allaha ala kulli shay'in qadir.
Inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir.
Surely Allah has power over everything.
All things.
Now, I want you to explain to me now, what I'm trying to do is trying to make inna, apply it on the ayat of the Quran so you understand how inna is acting in the Quran. Now, where is the ism? Now, what does inna have? It has two components. It has the ism of inna and the khabar of inna.
Correct. So inna comes before Allah. So that's the ism of inna.
What is the sign here? Now, how do you know that Allah is the ism of inna? How do you know?
That it has a fatah now.
Excellent.
Inna,
it has a fatah and is mansoob. So the state is called mansoob.
Yes, mansoob. Ala kulli shay'in qadirun. The rest is the khabar then.
Excellent. Excellent. So inna Allaha ala kulli shay'in qadirun. So all the rest itself, ala inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadirun, all of this is the khabar. Now, you may ask me the question, what type of khabar is this? Now, listen to me carefully, everyone. Listen to me carefully now. Here, the khabar should be marfu. The khabar should be marfu. Now here, the khabar, now, does anyone remember there are three types of khabar? There are three types of khabar we can have. Does everyone remember that?
Yes, sir. Marfu, mansoob.
No.
Oh.
The three types of khabar, meaning that it could be genitive, it could be a preposition.
Yeah, accusative, genitive.
No. Those are the states. Now,
Is it the preposition and the adverbs and the verbal sentence that comes in the khabar?
Yes, that's right. There are three things. A verbal sentence can come as a khabar. A nominal sentence can come as a khabar. And also, what was the third one?
Adverbs.
Adverbs or prepositions like fawqal masjidi, fil masjidi. So these are the three types of khabar. I will cover this again in maybe the next session. Now over here, Sister Huma, ala kulli shay'in qadir. So
Yes.
ala, what is it? Is it a preposition?
Yeah, it's a preposition.
Excellent. Now kulli shay'in. What relationship kull has with shay?
That's it will be what you call muzaf alayh.
MashaAllah. Excellent. Ala is harf jar, preposition. Kulli is mudaf. Shay'in is mudaf ilay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now here, mudaf ilay, it's in the position of genitive case because of ala. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you remember? So when does, now the question I'm going to ask you now, do you remember I mentioned every lesson so far that sometimes a preposition comes before the mubtada? When does that happen?
Preposition comes
the preposition, which is the predicate, comes before the mubtada, the subject. Do you remember?
Verbal sentence.
No. A nominal is a nominal sentence when the subject does not come with alif lam.
When the subject is indefinite.
it's indefinite.
Exactly, indefinite. Exactly. So here, ala kulli shay'in qadir, where is the subject? Now this, you're right, it is the khabar, but this is a composition khabar, meaning that it has a mubtada and khabar. So here, ala kulli shay'in is the mubtada, sorry, the khabar, qadirun. The word qadir, qadirun is the khabar mubtada muakhar, the delayed mubtada.
Yes, delayed mubtada.
So the delayed mubtada and the predicate together is the actual coming as the khabar for inna. So here, a complete nominal sentence, is coming as the khabar of inna. So Allah is the ism of inna, so we require the khabar. So if we ignore inna Allah, just ignore inna Allah, if we had ala kulli shay'in qadir, ala kulli shay'in qadir, where would you say the mubtada and khabar is?
Allah is mubtada.
So ala kulli shay'in
Ala
qadir
kulli shay'in is the khabar and qadir is the mubtada.
is the khabar. So the mubtada. Mubtada, why? Because the mubtada, why has it been delayed?
Because it's not definite.
Exactly, it's not definite. So here, it's situated after inna Allah. So here, ala kulli shay'in qadir, it's a nominal sentence in the place of khabar of inna, and it's situated being in the nominative case. Is this manageable by everyone to digest this information?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Sister Zahra, Sister Butul Manji, Sister Bilqis, Sister Nobia, Sister Zamina, Sister Sakina. Any questions so far? Is this clear?
Yes, Sheikh, it's clear.
Right.
Yes, okay.
Sister Huma, can you choose the next student to come on the mic?
Bilqis Lal Jani.
Yes, Sister Bilqis.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam. Sister Bilqis, now I'm going to go to the next ayah of the Quran. I just want to give practice so that when you read the ayat of the Quran, you become more familiar. Now here it says, Inna Allaha Ghafurur Rahim.
Yeah.
Surely Allah is
Forgiving and merciful.
Now tell me, where is the ism and where is the khabar?
Okay. With inna or without inna?
With Inna Allaha.
Okay. Inna Allah. So inna is the it's the particle of emphasis. Allah is the ismo inna, and Ghafur Rahim is the khabar inna.
How is Ghafur Rahim the khabar? And what type of khabar is this? Is this a nominal sentence, a verbal sentence, or a singular?
No, Ghafur Rahim, it's supposed to be Sifa Mawsuf.
Correct.
Okay, so Sifa Mawsuf is coming as a khabar.
Yes, Sifa Mawsuf is coming as khabar and it's singular.
It's singular.
Yeah, it's singular. So like Allahu Qadir, Allah is powerful. So Ghafur Rahim, they are coming as singular khabar. So you have a singular khabar, you can have a verbal sentence, a nominal sentence, or an adverb. So there are different types of khabar you can have.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Why is it Rahim? Why is it Rahimun as well?
Because khabaru inna is supposed to come marfu.
Correct. Is it making sense?
Yes.
Is it clear?
It is. Yes, it is clear.
Right. Okay, that's brilliant. Now, can you choose another student to come on the mic?
Yes, sure, definitely. Sister Nobia.
Sister Nobia.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Sister Nobia Now, it says in this next ayah of the Quran, Ala inna nasrallahi qareebun. Ala normally means surely, or are you not aware? And it's Allah. Now, surely the help of Allah is qareebun means near, yeah.
Near.
So here in this sentence, tell me where is the ism of inna and where is the khabar of inna?
So
break it down as well. What type of composition is the actual khabar and the ism as well, please?
okay, I'll try. So inna nasrullahi qareebun. So inna, because inna is a particle and it will affect the noun. So it will act on the ismu inna. So nasrullahi.
Nasrallahi.
Nasrallahi.
Yep.
So inna nasrallahi will be the mubtada and qareebun is the khabar.
Okay. And what happens when inna comes? So it becomes the nasra. Now nasrallahi. What type of composition is this together? The two words together. Why is it Allahi with a kasra?
Muzaf ilayh.
Say a bit more confidence. It is correct.
It's muzaf ilayh. So that's why it's with a fatha.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The kasra.
Fatha on the nasr and Allah has the kasra.
Allah has a kasra, yes.
And it's called the ism of
inna.
And qareebun. What relationship does this have in the sentence?
It's the khabar.
And what type of khabar is it?
Inna. Khabar of inna.
And what is the sign of a khabar of inna?
The tanween.
Dhamma tanween, which is marfu.
Okay, so
Marfu.
Right.
Try to use the term marfu.
Marfu.
Qareebun is marfu because marfu means that it's in the state of the nominative case. And why is it in the nominative case? Why? Go back to inna again.
Because of the inna.
Exactly.
Of the inna. You're right.
Yeah, because of the inna. So here, Qaribun is the singular and is the khabar of inna.
Of inna. Right.
Excellent.
Thank
MashaAllah, that was really good. Really good. Because
Thank
this, I am pushing, and I like pushing my students so that
No, it's good. It's good. It's good
Sheikh,
that you. Yeah.
Sheikh, can I ask something quick?
Yes, Sister Sharabanu.
So Nasrallahi is both ism inna.
Yes. No.
Only
Wait.
Nasra.
No. Let me go. Where is it gone? Let me go back to it. Here. So here. What's happening here? So normally a noun which is alif lam can come as a mubtada. A noun which is a pronoun can come as the mubtada. So the ism of inna. Also, mudaf ilay can also be a mubtada as well. So Nasrallah is mudaf ilay, and it's the ism of inna.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah. Thank you, Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Now I'm going to ask Sister Zarmina. Oh, and Sister, my mistake. Sister Zarmina, you've missed a few class. Are you there?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to go back to the text and ayats of the Quran as well. But I'm going to ask you 2 questions first.
Okay.
وَأَنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Now, وَأَنْفِقُوا, we've done this. How many letters do you see?
1, 2, 3, 6.
6 letters, okay. Now, وَأَنْفِقُوا, I'm going to help you. The past tense is anfaqa. Alif, noon, fa, qaf. Anfaqa. It means and spend in the way of Allah. Wala, and it says cast not yourselves. Ila tuhlaka means the destruction, but they've used a different word instead. Now tell me, وَأَنْفِقُوا, what type of verb is this? The alif is a indication. What type of verb is this? Anfaqa, yunfiqu. What type of verb is this?
Is it a command?
Excellent. It is a command. Tell me, how did you come to this conclusion?
Because so the
Past tense?
Yeah, past tense is
Anfaqa.
anfaqa. Then the present tense is yanfiqu.
Yunfiqu.
And then you go to the you
Second person. Tunfiqu.
tunfiqu, and then you remove the
Ta.
and then you replace it with an alif,
Mhm.
and then and then you add a sukun at the last letter once you remove it, so it becomes unfiq.
Conjugate the 6 forms now.
So unfiq, unfiqa, unfiqu, unfiqi, unfiqa, unfiqna.
Excellent. MashaAllah. Very good. I'm proud of you. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you is this. Now, I have done this. This is the 4-letter, is a 4-letter verb. Is that correct? Yes?
Yeah.
Now, next question I am going to ask you, explain to me, why is there an alif in the beginning with a fatha in the imperative?
Because the letter after it has a sukun, so we need a letter to come with a vowel.
Yeah,
So
that is
yeah.
correct. But why is this alif? There's the 4-letter verb which has an alif in the beginning.
Oh, because it's there's a wow in front of it.
No. There's another. Remember, I talked about there's 2 types of hamza, hamzatul wasl, and what was the other one?
Hamzatul qata.
What does that mean?
So it's when you don't pronounce it. One of them.
No, hamzatul wasl is not pronounced. Hamzatul qat is which is pronounced wherever it comes, because the verb anfaqa, it had the alif in the past tense.
Yeah.
And in the present tense, it was dropped, and in the imperative, it returns back.
Yeah.
That's the only imperative which has the alif with a fatha.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that? Like we did, remember ahibba, ahbib?
Yeah.
Do you recall that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we did akrim. Do you remember akrim, akrim, akrima, akrimu?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, that's fine. So that's the 4-letter verb on the pattern of af'ala yuf'ilu. This alif here is called hamzatul qat. It's never, it's always pronounced wherever it comes.
Okay.
Right, excellent. Now I want you to choose for me another student to come on the mic.
Zaybun Nisa Kanji.
Sister Zaybun Nisa Kanji.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. The next verb I would like you to explain to me wa ahsinu. Wa ahsinu. So it means that do good to someone. Wa ahsinu.
Ahsan.
What is the past tense? What is the present tense? And what will be the imperative?
Past tense will be Hassan, Hassanu.
Hasana is the actual three-letter verb. Correct. That is the three-letter verb.
Yeah.
Now it has here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the alif, ha, sin, and the noon. So we have 4 letters. So which pattern would that be? You will know why didn't I count the reason why I didn't count the wow. You will know that this is a plural for the masculine.
Yes.
So which verb has an alif in the beginning as part of the verb conjugation?
Like like you said, akrimu. It is the same thing like ahsinu.
Ahsanti. Now tell me the past tense of this. Excellent. So what would be the past tense?
Ahsanu.
Ahsana. Ahsana.
Asana.
And the present tense will be?
Yusana.
Yuhsinu.
Yusinu.
Asana.
Yusinu.
Asana yuhsinu.
Yusinu.
Right. And what type of verb is this?
What type of word?
Is this past, present, or imperative?
Yeah, this one is amr. Is this amr?
Correct, it is. And can you conjugate the 6 forms for me?
Ahsana. Ahsana.
Yuhsinu.
Present tense. Okay, present tense.
Yeah, present tense is yuhsinu.
Yeah. Yusinu. Huwa. Yusinu. Huwa. Huma. Yusina.
No, yuhsinu. So present tense is yuhsinu. Now this is imperative. Amr, as you said. So what would be the singular? How do you say be good to someone? How do you say that for one person? So what we need to do is ahsin.
Ahsin. Ahsin.
Ahsin, yeah. So conjugate for me. Ahsin.
Ahsin. Ahsina. Ahsinu.
Yes.
Ahsini.
Correct.
Ahsina.
Ahsinna.
Ahsinna.
Excellent. There's 2 noons together. Like in Gujarati, we say, and we say this quite often. Ahsant. Ahsant means ahsanta. So ahsanta means excellent or good. So ahsana is alif, ha, sin, and noon. That is the 4-letter verb in the past tense.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Brilliant. Sister, I'm going to ask next, Sister Zahra. Can you come on the mic, please? Jazakallah. Any questions, Sister Zaybun Nisa?
No, I'm fine. I'll repeat. I'll listen to this YouTube again, and I'll write it down that time so I can remember.
I will send asana and anfaka's past tense, present tense, imperative, and I want everyone to send me a voice recording of that as well, because I want everyone to be masters of this, because I am trying to get yourself prepared for the Quran. So I need everyone to have a great mastery of Arabic verbs as well, inshallah. So please, these 2 verbs, I want you to write them down and voice record them. Sister Zahra.
Yes, Sheikh.
Sheikh, can I ask you something, please?
Yes, go ahead.
The conjugation for this imperative ahsinu,
Yep.
the last one is ahsinna.
Correct.
So how are you going to write it, with noon shadda?
So you can write with a noon shadda, or you can write the 2 noons separate as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Sister Zahra, can you explain to me this? Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin.
So inna is making the ism Allah into a mansub. So it's
Correct.
taking a fatha. And yuhibbul muhsinin is the khabar of inna. And it's also mudaf ilayh. So
No, Sister Zahra, I didn't expect that of you, making such a big blunder.
No?
Made a
Okay,
big
so it's a
blunder there,
khabar
a
of
big
inna.
time blunder.
It's okay. Oh no. This is a verbal sentence, not mudaf ilayh. He loves the muhsinin. So it's a verbal sentence that's coming as a khabar, right?
That's correct, but now you have to justify how's it a verbal sentence now.
Because of the ya in the yuhibbu is the present tense verb.
What will be the past tense?
Ahabba, yuhibbu.
And what will be the imperative?
Ohib.
Nope.
Ohbab, ohbib.
Nope.
Habba.
Nope.
Ahib.
Nope.
Okay. Ahabba, yuhibbu. Ahbib.
Ahbib, that's correct. Or
Ahbib.
ahibba.
Ahibba.
Ahbib or ahibba, both are correct.
Mhm.
Correct. Now, you're inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin. So, who? Okay. Now I'm gonna do this. This may be helpful as well. Who is doing the loving?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So in this verb here, inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin. So yuhibbu, the pronoun huwa is referring back to Allah, correct?
Yes.
Why the word al-muhsinin? Which state is al-muhsinin in?
It's then coming as an object. So it's a mansub.
It's okay. Now explain to me, Zahra. The word muhsinina, what is it? Not what is it? What type of noun is it? Number one, what is its nominative case and its accusative case? If you're saying is it being an object, which is correct, explain to me.
So it's an accusative because then if it is a verbal sentence, yuhibbu will be the verb, the doer, and the subject, and muhsinin would be the object, which will be in the accusative.
Okay. Now, what type? The word al-muhsinin. What type of noun is it? Do you remember in book 2 we
It's
talked
the
about
plural.
No, there's a feminine sound plural, masculine sound plural, or broken plural. What type of plural is this?
It's a masculine plural.
Sound.
Exactly. Who was that? Who said sound?
It's Nobia.
Yeah, exactly. So it's masculine sound plural.
Okay.
So what would be the actual nominative case of muhsinin?
Muhsinun.
Why is it muhsinun?
Marfu. In the marfu state, it will be the dhamma on the noon, and the waw noon would show that it's in the marfu state.
So the waw noon shows that it's in the nominative case, marfu state. So all like muslimun, muhsinun, when they are in the actual nominative case, normally a noun with a dhamma shows it's in the nominative case, but the sound masculine plural, they have the waw and noon to demonstrate that they are in the nominative case. Sister Sabira Kanji, you following me, Sister Sabira?
Yes, I joined slightly late. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum salam.
It's a bit intense, but I'm just listening to it.
Okay, so listen in as well. Yeah.
So can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Okay. When I was asked that whether inna has it's always in a nominal sentence. It comes in a nominal sentence.
Yep.
Whereas right now it was mentioned that it's because of yuhibbul muhsinin, does it become a verbal sentence? Like inna has a verb.
So here,
I mean, inna Allah is there, and then we have yuhibbul muhsinin.
Exactly.
So I'm just a bit confused in that.
Yeah. So inna enters a nominal sentence containing a noun and subject and predicate. So Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah is in the beginning. So it's a nominal sentence. The khabar can, for inna, it can come a verbal sentence, it can come as a nominal sentence, it can come as an adverb, it can come a singular word. It makes no difference because, as I mentioned yourself earlier, that whatever the rulings are there for the subject and predicate, those rulings remain intact. So in a normal nominal sentence, you can have a verbal sentence as a khabar. You can have a verbal sentence, a nominal sentence as a khabar as well. So here, yuhibbul muhsinin is coming as the khabar. So that's the reason it makes no difference at all. Is that clear now, sister?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Sheikh.
So here, yuhibbu, in yuhibbu, the huwa dhamir is the doer referring back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And al-muhsinin is the object. If you look at the translation, surely Allah loves the doers of good. So the doers of good is the object of the verb yuhibbu. And Sister Zahra was explaining, normally like ar-rajulu, so the word ar-rajulu, you have the dhamma at the end to explain that it has a dhamma and is in the nominative case. But when it's in the accusative case, and the word, for example, it said inna Allah yuhibbu, and it's the object. So what would it be, Zahra, if the word ar-rajulu was there instead of al-muhsinin?
Rajulin.
No, ar-rajulu. If the word singular, ar-rajulu.
Rajulan.
Alif lam. There's alif lam there with ar-rajulu.
Ar-rajula.
Exactly. Inna Allah yuhibbul ar-raju.
La.
Rajula. Correct. Now, the word al-muhsinuna, it's the sound masculine plural, and the waw noon. What does the waw noon represent?
The marfu state.
The plural, correct, and the nominative state of the noun. That it is in state of marfu. And what is the ruling, Sister Zahra, of the sound masculine plural in the accusative and genitive case?
So since the accusative takes a fatha, that is denoted by the ya and noon. And same goes with the genitive. The genitive goes with a kasra, but it's also the same, that it's denoted by the ya and the noon in the plural form.
That's right. So the sound masculine plural in the accusative and genitive case, they come exactly the same, but you could tell from the context whether it's accusative or genitive. And before the ya, what will you find? You will find a
kasra under the noon.
Kasra under the noon. Kasra under the noon. Excellent. Is that clear for you, Zahra?
Yes.
Sheikh, so that this muhsinina is not the marfu form, but it's the mansub form, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's the mansub form, and it's the object of your hibbo. So the verbal sentence collectively together is the khabar. It's the khabar of
inna
itself. Excellent. Is that clear? Is that clear for you?
Yes, alhamdulillah, that's clear. It was a bit confusing at first, complicated, but you explained it very well. Thank you.
Sister Sabira, can you come on the mic now, please?
And Sheikh, yuhibbul muhsinina, everyone mudaf ilayh?
No, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Please don't say that.
I said that at first because I saw only the muhsinin. I didn't look at the yuhibbu part.
Yeah, a verbal sentence never be mudaf ilayh. It's only a noun can become mudaf ilayh. Okay, Sister Sabira, bismillah, come on the mic. Sister Sabira Kanji.
Yeah, G.
Okay, now let's start with you. Now, inna, it's a preposition which enters what type of sentence? Nominal sentence.
A verbal sentence.
Is Allah a verb or a noun?
A noun.
So it's a nominal sentence.
A nominal sentence. But
So
what about the yuhibbu, which is a verb?
that's correct. So let me give me 2 seconds. Let me recollect something for everyone. Let me just get something onto the screen. Just give me 1 second. Let me just help everyone out. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get something onto the screen. I'll send this in the group as well to refresh everyone, because these things are so important. And it's good I've got Sister Sabira as well on the mic. Sister Sabira, Bismillah, I'm going to show you on the screen, and I'll try to refresh yourself with concept of. Now, can you see this on the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Now, over here, Sister Sabira. Now, let's go for number 1. Now, what is this? This is talking about the types of khabar. So types of khabar meaning a nominal sentence, subject and predicates. Okay, subject and predicate. So subject and predicate, for example, Alkitabu jadidun.
Yes.
Alkitabu jadidun. So here, explain to me, Alkitabu jadidun, where is the subject and where is the predicate?
So Kitabu is the subject and Jadidun is the
Khabar.
The khabar.
The predicate. Now Al-Kitabu, can you see Al-Kitabu having alif lam?
Yes.
So that's the reason why Al-Kitabu is the subject. Jadidun, is it definite or indefinite?
Jadidun is indefinite.
Correct. So this is an example of a singular word, a single word, Jadidun.
Yeah.
Okay, of being the khabar. This is a predicate. Al-Qur'anu kitabullahi. Al-Qur'anu kitabullahi. The Quran is
the book of Allah.
Book of Allah. So here, kitabullahi, what type of relationship kitab and Allah has as well with each other?
Okay, so is that mudaf ilay?
It is. So even though it's mudaf ilay, it's still deemed as a singular word, a single word, or a phrase. It's a phrase. So this phrase, it'll be still classified as a singular.
Okay.
And it's the khabar. Okay. This is generic. So these khabars can come for all types of nominal sentences itself. So this is a universal ruling. Now the second type of khabar you can have for a subject is the next one, which is called jar and majroor.
Okay.
So jar and majroor, it's the preposition, the parts of preposition and the noun which is inflected. So al-kitabu al-maktabi.
Yeah.
So explain to me, where is the subject and what type of khabar do you have here?
So al-kitabu is the subject,
Yep.
and al-maktabi is a predicate, and because it's a preposition, alal, it takes the kasra form for the
Excellent.
maktabi.
Yeah, so it's majroor.
Majroor, okay.
Excellent. So al-maktabi is majroor. Excellent. Now, next one, fil bayti rajulun.
Okay.
Explain to me what's happening here now.
So in the house of the man, or in the man's house, so al-bayti rajulun, I'd say, is mudaf ilay.
Fil bayti.
Fil bayti
Yeah.
rajulun.
What is fi?
So fi is preposition. So
Correct.
therefore it pulls down the it's in a kasra nominative, it's in a
Genitive.
kasra state.
Yep.
Al-bayti, yeah, majroor. And rajulun is indefinite.
And what did we say? So we said normally the khabar, so the mubtada, the subject itself is definite, and if the subject al-kitab is indefinite,
yeah,
then what happens? The subject comes after the predicate. So here, all
Yeah.
of this is the actual predicate, and rajulun is the subject which is coming after the predicate, because rajulun is indefinite.
Okay.
Is that clear? So in the house is a man.
Yeah.
It's not the man, it's a man. Because
Yeah.
it's a man, so the preposition comes in the beginning of the sentence.
Yeah, okay.
So this is mufrad, a singular. Now this is a preposition coming as a khabar now. This is the second type of khabar we can have. And the third type of khabar we can have is adverbs.
Yeah.
So explain to me what's happening here now. Al-Kitabu.
Al-Kitabu tahta al-maktabi. So
Yep.
the book is under the desk.
Correct.
Al-Kitabu is definite. So
Yep.
that's the subject. And tahta al-maktabi is the predicate.
Correct.
And because of tahtal, the maktabi has a kasra.
Exactly. And remember, we did this in book 1 as well. The word tahta and fawqa, whenever they come, they always come as mudaf ilay.
Yeah.
And excellent, brilliant. Now, al-kitabu is definite, yes?
Yes.
Because it's definite, it came in the beginning of the sentence. Now, over here now, what's happening here now? Explain to me in this example.
Okay, so amam al-bayti adikatun. So in front of the house is the garden.
Yep.
Imam al-bayt, amam al-bayti.
Yep.
So al-bayt is definite.
It's no, amam. Amam is an adverb, means in front of the house.
Yeah.
So it's mudaf ilay, and it's the khabar.
Okay, so hadikatun then is the predicate.
No, it's mudaf is a subject.
It's a subject, okay.
Sorry, no. Let me correct it. It's amam al-bayti is the khab. My mistake. Amam al-bayti, as you know, amam, it's place. So this is an adverb. This is the khabar.
Yeah.
Hadikatun is the subject.
The subject, okay.
But similar to this, same as this. Fil bayti rajulun.
Yeah, okay. So hadikatun in this case is a subject.
Correct.
And amam al-bayti is the predicate. Okay.
Correct. So here, these are 3 different examples of the khabar of a mubtada.
Okay.
So it's called, these are called phrases. Shibhul jumla, a noun, a khabar which contains a preposition or an adverb. It's called shibhul jumla. Now, the fourth and the fifth type is that the khabar are coming as verbal or nominal sentence. Is that clear so far?
Yeah, okay.
So let's go through this now. Hamidun.
Yeah, Hamidun, akhuhu wazirun. So Hamid, his brother is the vizier. I've forgotten the
Minister. Now, what's happening here? Now, when it means a nominal sentence, jumlatul ismiya.
Yeah.
When you say jumla ismiya, what do you understand by jumla ismiya?
So ismiya is name, and jumla
ismiya means a nominal.
Nominal
Jumlatul ismiya means a nominal sentence.
Yeah, okay. Nominal sentence. And are you sure, Melanie, you want me to do this? Because
Yes, absolutely. Because by me helping you, I'm helping the rest of the students. So it's perfectly fine. They're listening as well. So al-jumla to means a sentence. Al-ismiya means nominal.
Okay.
Means a nominal sentence.
Great.
So
al-jumlatul ismiya, nominal sentence.
So now this is, number 4 is trying to mention that the subject's predicate can come as a nominal sentence. So as we know, we have an understanding already, a nominal sentence has 2 parts, correct? It has a subject and predicate.
Yeah.
So ignore Hamid. If Hamid wasn't there and we just had akhuhu wazirun,
yeah,
it has a complete meaning. Akhuhu means his brother.
Yeah.
Is
a minister.
Exactly. So do you remember I said to yourself, whenever there's subject and predicate, if you put the word is in between the 2,
yeah,
it will make complete sense.
Yeah.
And does it make sense? Akhuhu wazirun.
His brother is a
minister.
A minister. So it could be any brother, anyone's brother.
No, akhuhu, his brother.
Yeah,
Hamid's brother. It's referring back to Hamid.
Yeah, if you didn't have Hamid, when you said if you didn't have Hamid, it makes sense on its own, the sentence.
Yeah, but akhuhu wazirun, his brother is a minister. So it's you will understand that you're referring to a context, to an individual itself.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, akhuhu, how many words does it have? It's 2 words, yes? Brother and his.
Yeah.
So what type of composition is this?
So it's a pronoun. It's akhuhu. So it's a
Yeah.
pronoun attached to the brother.
Exactly. So it's mudaf, mudaf
Mudaf
ilayh.
ilayh, yeah.
So here, mudaf, mudaf ilayh is kitabullahi. Is that mudaf, mudaf ilayh?
Yes, kitabullah is mudaf, mudaf ilayh.
Exactly. So here,
Yeah.
Kitabullah is mudaf mudaf ilayh, and it's coming as what? It's coming as the subject.
Yeah.
That is a sub. The khabar. You remember, like jadidun. Can you relate that to jadidun? Al kitabu jadidun.
Yeah. Kitabu jadidun.
Yeah. So jadidun is the khabar. Yes, singular word. So here, jadidun is also a single word, and it's coming as the khabar for the wazir itself.
Okay. So wazirun, you're saying, is
The khabar for akhuhu.
For akhuhu.
So
Okay.
now we have the mubtada and the khabar, subject and predicate. The
Yeah.
subject and predicate together is making the khabar for Hamid.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that clear now?
The news for Hamid. Okay. Yeah.
So all of this together, the nominal sentence is the predicates.
Yeah. Okay.
And now the next thing, like in the ayah of the Quran, Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin. So it's similar to this sentence, the verbal sentence.
Okay.
Let's go for the verbal sentence. So verbal sentence is a sentence which has a verb and a doer itself. It's not necessary you have the object, but the verb and the doer are the 2 most important things. Now, Bilalun. Is Bilal a noun or a verb?
It's a noun.
So it's a subject. It's a
Okay.
mubtada, okay? Now, when you have a noun start sentence, whenever there's a noun, it's a nominal sentence, and it's the subject. And every subject requires a khabar, a predicate.
Yeah.
The predicate can either be a verbal sentence or a nominal sentence. So here, kharaja min al-fasli. What does that mean?
So he exited from the classroom.
So he exited from the classroom. And in kharaja, who is doing the action of exiting? He.
Yeah, Bilal.
And that's referring back to Bilal.
Yeah.
Now, this sentence itself is a verbal sentence, and this verbal sentence is coming as the predicate for Bilal.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of khabar which you can have for a subject.
Yeah.
Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Are you saying yes just to make me happy? Or
No. It's making sense because and they're underlined, so it's making sense.
Okay, that's brilliant. I'll send this again in the group again just to revise it now.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when it comes with inna.
Yep.
So for example, if we say like we use Bilal with inna in the example that you were showing just now.
Okay, that's one.
So if we say inna, so Bilal would take a fatha, like
Yes.
Bilalan.
Yeah, inna Bilalan.
And then kharaja min al-fasli, the entire thing will be the khabar
Yes.
of inna.
Yes.
And can it be like this, that it has to have an ism? Inna will always need an ism with it, or can we just say like inna kharaja min al-fasli?
No, inna will always require an ism. So like in the book itself, lesson 1, we like huwa zaydun. Innahu zaydun. Remember, we had also examples of huwa coming in the beginning.
Okay, so a pronoun can be used instead of Bilal, so we can say innahu kharaja.
Yeah, innahu. Yeah, that's right. So we can also say huwa kharaja min al-fasli, and huwa will change to an attached pronoun to inna. So because innahu kharaja min al-fasli.
Okay, so ism has to come there along with inna.
Yes, it's as I said, the inna enters a nominal sentence. So all of the requirements which I've just explained now, this is it is followed regardless of inna being there or not being there.
Okay, thank you.
Sheikh,
it-
even I have a question.
yes, who is this? Sharbano?
Yes, sir. So if a pronoun is attached to inna, does that pronoun in that case become ism inna?
That is a very good question. Yes, yes, it does.
Okay, jazakallah.
Right. Any questions from anyone? Because I know there's program at 7 o'clock in Stanmore. So what's Salah time, and then you've got the program. So that's the reason why. Any questions?
There's
Yes, I
one
wanted to ask-
question I have.
Yes, Dr. Rahim.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes,
Akhuhu, you said muzaf, muzaf ilay.
Correct.
Non-muzaf ilay has a kasra. This one has a zumma.
Very good question. Remember, I spoke about the word abun and akhun.
Yes.
Now, I mentioned that abun and akhun, whenever they are mudaf to any of the pronouns, whenever they are mudaf to any of the pronouns, we add a waw between the two. So that waw is added on. And if it is attached to the possessive when I, then it becomes a ya akhi or abi. But whenever it's attached to apart from ya, my father or my mother or my father or my brother, there is a waw which represents that the word akhun and abun is in the nominative case. So rather than a dhamma being showing on akhun and abun, the waw is the sign of it being in the nominative case and being as the mubtada. And also who itself, the pronoun, all pronouns are indeclinable, they are solid, they don't change regardless of the position. Sometimes they get the kasra for the suitability of pronunciation, but normally they are solid, and we'll say the i'rab is hidden, meaning that they are situated in the genitive case, or they are situated in the accusative case.
Ahsant.
I hope
It's a
that-
hidden Arab, yeah.
Yeah.
Ahsant.
Maulana, you're giving us this chart in the.
I'll send it in the group again. I'll send this in the group again.
Just
Sheikh,
wanted to ask
you also send the two verbs, the conjugation of the two verbs you said we have to do.
Yeah, I'm
Please
going to send
send
that
it.
across in the group as well.
Thank you.
Any questions before we end the class?
I just wanted to ask, sir, this fil baiti rajulun.
Yes.
So this we have to, if we translate, we translate in the house a man or a man in the house.
So when you translate, you'll say a man in the house.
Thank you.
So sometimes you cannot translate literally from the Arabic to English, so you have to look at the English language, what makes sense. A man is in the house.
Man is in the house. Okay. Thank you, shukran.
No problem at all. So I hope, when we go back to this now, Inna Allaha yuhibbul muhsinin, you can relate this to Bilalun kharaja min al-fasli. So here, Allah is in the place of Bilal. Yuhibbul muhsinin is in the place of the verbal, the khabar. And Allah is the ism of inna. Yuhibbul muhsinin is the khabar of inna. Muhsinin. No, not mubtada. Mubtada is when inna doesn't come. When inna comes, it changes the sentence to ism of inna and the khabar of inna. Right. How is this more palatable now?
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
I've changed it in the sense that I'm giving you more examples from the Quran and give you more practice. Because this book, I want to give you much more practice so that concepts really sink in and everyone understands it.
Yes, we are giving examples from the Quran. Is very, very helpful. Thank you.
Sister Nobia, Sister Bilqis, Sister Sharbano.
Jimal, sir, it was really helpful.
Sister
It's much more
Yes,
clear
sir.
now.
Alhamdulillah, Sheikh. It was good, Sheikh. Very nice. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. So inshallah, I'll do the finish off the exercise next week, and then we'll move on to the next part. Sister Hasina Chaudhary, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Sheikh.
How do you find it? Because I know you did this a few years ago in the Hausa, but how?
I know it's all gone. I have to come back again.
Okay, do you remember? Would you
Alhamdulillah.
send you a book to revise, or would you be able to? Is this level okay for you?
No, it's okay. Like, it's just that I have to jog my memory again, but I have got quite a few Arabic books, so I can look into that.
Okay. So inshallah, that's fine.
And there are
Sheikh-
videos as well of your book 1 and book 2 on YouTube.
Yeah, I could send you them. I've got book 1 and 2 as well. So if you want the recording, I'll send you the recordings, and you
Okay.
can as well.
That would be great. That would be good. Thank you, Jazakallah khair.
Right. Last question. What was the question, Cesar?
Sheikh, you teach in Hausa as well?
Yes, in London. Yeah.
So do they offer any online classes in there?
No, they don't.
It's all in class?
Yeah.
Or in person?
No, they are offering online classes now. They've got a pre-Hausa course and they've got...
the pre-Hausa is very elementary, Sister Sina. With regards to the full-time course, they are preferring to offer in-house student course rather than online. However, give it some time. There may be some new initiative which will be starting, but it depends upon who's interested, because the full-time courses, you need to be minimum do like 7 hours a week.
So whenever, if they announce, Sheikh, it would be really nice if you can put it in the group. I am interested in taking it, but obviously I'll only be able to attend online.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll inform myself.
So, Malana, can I ask a question regarding the lesson rather than any? Is it okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so sometimes it's harder to grasp because you have English translation and you have the Arabic as well for these sentence structures, like, subject, predicate, and then you say it in Arabic. And then if you don't revise the Arabic, then you forget what the subject and the predicate means in Arabic. So is there a way that we can sort of do this, or you could send us some words to make it easier?
Do you want me to send you a glossary of the English and the Arabic, of the English terms and the Arabic terms together? Would that help you?
Yes, please. Yes, I think that would be a start, so that it would,
Okay,
it would be really interesting, and it would be really helpful.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that for yourself.
Thank you.
But I am trying to repeat things 1,000 times so that these terms sink in, and everyone tries to get familiar, because the reason I can teach it easier, but the reason why, because our aim is the Quran, and to understand the Quran, the subject and the predicate and so forth, like this ayah of the Quran, to understand this, we had to talk about the subject and the predicate and so forth. So when we go to the tafsir of this ayah, there will be no i'rab, there will be no fatah, kasra, dhamma. We will know the Arabic rulings, grammatical rulings, to be able to read the Arabic text. So that's the reason why I'm using the ayahs of the Quran, so that I can prepare yourselves to be able to pick up a book in Arabic for tafsir and understand the tafsir of the ayahs as well, inshallah.
Yes, you have very high hopes for us, Mulana. Thank you.
And inshallah, you will fulfill them as well.
Yeah.
Ameen.
So, but is this okay for you, Nasir Sabira? A bit more. It's more shallowed. It's more practical examples of the lessons rather than trying to do a bit more technical.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Okay, inshallah, we'll continue. Now, can everyone do me a favor, please? Can everyone give me 3 examples? 3 examples from the Quran. 3 examples from the Quran of inna and the ism of inna and the khabar of inna, please. 3 examples.
Yes, inshallah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll write it in the group, the homework, 3 examples, and just highlight where is the ism and what type of ism of inna is and what type of khabar of inna it is, because that will really allow you to the information to really sink in, and you'll understand it better as well. Okay?
Yes, sir, inshallah.
جزاك الله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم اغفر وليك الحجة من الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة، وليا وحافظ وقائد وناصرا ودليل وأين حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا، واجعلنا من شعار وشيتك وجندك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم.
Please send the recording of today's.
Inshallah, Muhtaj Doctor, and I'll send you the recording just now. Give me a few seconds, and I'll
Hassan.
across to yourself.
And please send us the homework, Sheikh, please.
Yeah. Sister Huma, Sister Jawad, is that okay for you, the today's lesson?
That's fine. It's okay.
You've been a bit quiet.
Dr. Salman.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it was listening to us. Yes, sir, definitely. It was a good revision of the 3 types of khabar. We had done it initially at the beginning of the first book, I remember.
Yeah, and even book 2 as well. I did that. Book 2, but things have to be gradually
repeated when it's applied in different contexts. So applying it to the verses of the Quran, it was a good repetition.
Yeah, good. Okay,
Sir,
Charles.
we want the chart.
I'm going to send the chart now. Give me 2 minutes. I'll send the chart now.
Jazakallah.
Okay, التماس دعاء في أمان الله.
Jazakallah, Sheikh.